Oh, there he is. There's his ringtone.
This call is subject to recording and monitoring. To accept charges, thank you for using Securus. You may start the conversation now.
Okay, you're still on the air.
Yeah, can I make a comment about Jeff Hayes? Is Jeff Hayes on the line right now?
He must be.
No, he's not. I sent him a link to the show and he didn't see it. So he's normally would have been on with me, but he didn't see the link. So.
Okay, is he listening?
I don't think he's even on listening, but I will make sure that he gets the link to the show and get your message, Pete.
Okay, so Pete, go ahead.
Here's my message to Jeff Hayes. I love Jeff Hayes. He's a good Christian man. We've always had a connection. Well, I've had him on as a guest. I love his material, love his work. I want to encourage Jeff Hayes because he's actually been keeping some bad company lately. And
be nice.
He has somebody that unfortunately did some things that were not very Christian-like. And we actually kind of trusted that other person because they were connected to Jeff. Jeff needs to kick that guy in the pants and maybe inspire him to be a little bit more Christian-like and not contact, Deb in a drunken stupor and saying really weird things that he's going to come and do bad things at her house. That needs to get to Jeff Hayes. And Jeff Hayes needs to get that person straight and get them right with the rein. Okay? So Jeff, please do that. Because he'll know what I'm talking about. There's just some people that have gotten really, really ill on the internet. They did silly things to Deb, and we've just associated with that type of immoral conduct, we'll call it. Okay?
There you go.
I will make sure that he gets that message, Pete.
Yeah.
All right.
No, I love Jeff Hayes' work. Love you, man. Love you, Jeff. Stay tight with me, brother. When I get back up here to Portland, continue to write me, please. Love you.
Awesome.
Okay, any more questions, you guys, for him while you got him on the line here?
Come on, guys. This is your chance. All the questions that you guys have.
It's a repeated question going on about verbiage that Pete would want us to use, whether it be to legislators or.
Yeah, what do you want us to say when we write our legislatures? What points do you want us to make sure that we make on your behalf?
Okay. Okay. So the question is this: when they write to legislators, and when they write to like the governor, congressman, people like that, what kind of language should they use? And what would you suggest would be the best verbiage to use when writing these letters?
Okay, I'm going to be as succinct as I can, okay? We've recently posted on the Pete Santilli Show some documentation. All right, you guys, this is huge right here, okay? And you don't even need to know everything about the land issue. All I want everyone to do is bring their legislators and their D.C. legislators, congressmen and women and senators, bring the documentation that we posted on the Pete Santilli Show relating to land issues. And when you write to your legislators, say, you know what, you need to know what's going on with these ranchers in the western region. Here's an example. The federal government controls 81% of Nevada. 19% of Nevada is controlled by Nevada's own governor and the people of Nevada. Okay? 66% of Utah is controlled by the federal government. And that minority percentage is controlled by the governor and the people. The people in these western states like Oregon, Utah, okay, it is disproportionate to the rest of the country. You know what that's called, ladies and gentlemen? I hate to tell you, okay, especially if you're not a conspiracy theorist like me that use the term tyranny, okay? That is called government tyranny in America. We literally have a federal government that is controlling land in our western region, and guess what they're doing? They're not just controlling it. They're literally extracting billions, if not trillions of dollars of wealth that could be going to the people of Nevada, of Oregon, the people of Utah. But where's it going? It's going to, we've found documentation, like Uranium 1 extracting uranium with a Russian company. Hillary Clinton benefits by receiving $31 million that she received in donations to the Clinton Foundation. These cronies are literally extracting billions, millions, we're estimating in the trillions of dollars in wealth out of these states. So contact your legislators and say, you know what? Not only is it wrong, but it's unconstitutional. These people have been protesting for, since 2014 at Bundy Ranch. They went to Malheur protesting. These protesters have stumbled onto something, and that is the U.S. Constitution doesn't allow it. Let's restore our Constitution. Let's bring the wealth back to the people. If it happens in the Western region and you live in the Northeast, you're going to benefit as well, because we're putting wealth back in the hands of the American people. That needs to be said to our legislators. Our legislators need to step up, and they swore an oath to our Constitution. They need to know what the heck they meant when they swore an oath to the Constitution. We country bumpkins and steak and potatoes radio talk show hosts, we know that when we say we're standing up for our constitutional rights, we mean it. So contact your legislators, give them copies of that documentation we posted on our website, and kindly ask them to pay attention to it, and ask them to start paying attention to these cases and start weighing in. Okay, so you can call your legislators and say, hey, I'm gonna send you an email. Where do I send this email? I'll send you links to some documents that you need to be very well aware of. Okay, do a telephone campaign. Demand that your legislators look at these documents, because guess what? Everyone that looks at them on the left side of the spectrum or the right side of the spectrum is saying, holy cow, you guys were right all along. Well, guess what? We're not only right, we're being incarcerated for being right. And you need to be outraged about it, okay? So phone campaigns, but most importantly, do not threaten them, please. Don't do that. That's not going to serve our cause. We're in another phase of protest. We don't have to take over refuges. We don't have to stand up against the BLM at Bundy Ranch. We don't have to do that. Now we're going to have our day in court. So we need your support peacefully. Be assertive, okay? But provide facts like we have posted on the tpentellyshow.com. Good enough?
Awesome.
Good enough.
Awesome.
We have somebody who has come into the chat room that would like to, I believe, say a few words. Mike Soror is with us. Mike.
Pete, how are you, my friend?
Mike, he can't hear you. I have to repeat everything that you say.
What did he say?
He said, Pete, how are you, my friend?
It certainly could be better. I'm not better because I get to talk to people like yourself. I'm doing awesome considering. Yes, sir.
Awesome. We're really working hard out here for all of you guys. We really are. I want you to know that.
Thank you very much. And his name is Mike?
Yes, Mike. Yeah.
It's
Mike,
Mike
I'm
Soror.
going to ask you personally, okay? Can you help me in the following regard? Okay?
Sure.
Yeah. Telephone calls are expensive in the prison industrial complex. That's one great way that they make money. They love having a lot of inmates in here on the phones. The calls are expensive. Commissary is expensive. Our expenses are minimal as far as Deb is concerned. But can you please help? We have 40 families. One of them is ours, which is me and Deb. Can you guys help support Deb with things like that? I know that a lot of people have been doing that, and I appreciate it if you've been contributing, but I appreciate your support.
Absolutely.
Pete, let me tell you a little bit about Mike. Mike is new to broadcasting. He's been broadcasting a short time. He's got a great platform, a great little show that he's putting together. He's actually going through the paces. You know how it was when we first started. We had 27 listeners, and then we had 100, then we had 200. So he's going through the paces, and I've been watching his stuff lately. He has come out in support of you, of course, and he's up there in Michigan. He's a good friend of Kenny's, and he's doing rallies up there, and Michelle
Great.
G and all these people. They've gotten together and done a few rallies together, and I've watched some of that.
Awesome.
And he really took a stand for you, and now of course he is being attacked on all sides, and I've been watching him grow.
Well, that's organized, by the way. Don't pay attention to that. Go ahead. Yeah. There's a reason why you get attacked, but go ahead.
I've been watching him grow. He doesn't know that. People will send me things, and I'll give it a listen. I've tried to kind of stay out of the fray of what's been happening to him, and I want you to know, Mike, I feel your pain. Pete and I have been through that so many times you wouldn't believe it. And you do get to the point where you just go, no more. I'm just not even going to participate in this.
Yep.
But he's been really a good guy through all of this, and he's got a great little show going, and you'd be proud of him.
Hey, can I offer you something, Mike? We were just talking about this, all right? My role, okay, after, or even right now, it doesn't have to be after I get out of here. My role at this point in time is to encourage everyone, okay, everyone that I come into contact with, especially like you, that start their own shows and become great citizen journalists, so that they can take one of us off the street, and Malheur, and the place doesn't shut down. We need to multiply, and I need to teach everyone everything that I possibly can on how to become a good citizens journalist out in the field that you can live stream, so that if any one of us gets taken out of the mix, that 10 of us are right there, right behind them. That they can never incarcerate Keith Santilli and shut the truth from getting out. Okay? So, Mike, just remember that. Not only become good at what you do, but teach as many people as you can how you did each step along the way. We have to replicate whatever it is I was doing right. Obviously, put Goliath down to both knees. Okay? Hey, Mike, the Attorney General of the United States of America signed off on my incarceration, and that's a good day in America for me. If I can piss off the Attorney General of the USA, right?
Right.
That's right. So that's a good thing. Now what we need to do is have 1 million people pissing off Loretta Lynch.
Absolutely. I agree with that. And we've been doing our best, believe me.
That chair, it's a learning process. I can't, of course, we can't teach you everything we learned in 5 years, because it takes 5 years to learn it.
Right.
Each step along the way, do not be like some people that are out there in alternative media, so oppressively competitive that they don't want to share anything. Well, guess what? That only serves one person at the top of the pyramid. You need to think of an inverted pyramid, and try to spread out the knowledge, because we are literally, our survival will depend on how many people we can muster to share the truth. So share everything along the way and replicate your successes. Okay?
Absolutely.
Thank you for that.
Wow.
Okay.
Deb, thank you so much, Deb, by the way, for those awesome words, man. I've really, really been praying and thinking about you an awful lot.
Well,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you.
Awesome. I'm glad we connected. Deb, I think I caught everything you just said. He was thanking me, correct?
Yeah, he was thanking me and thanking you. Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Everything I've learned from Pete. I've learned to be patient, and
You didn't learn to be patient through me. You learn to be patient while watching me be impatient.
That's right. I've learned
Yeah.
patience from you that way.
That's right. Actually, I've learned a lot. I'll tell you what, if I could share this with Mike as well.
We have 1 minute left.
Final comments here, and I'll call you back after you're done.
Okay.
You know what I've learned? By being incarcerated, I've learned how to convey this new message that I'm going to have when I get out. All due credit needs to go to God Himself for all the good things that are going to come about here in the coming days, weeks, and months. And that's one huge thing that I've learned, and I look forward to bringing that out to the outside world when I come out. Deb, I'll call you in a little bit. Good night, you guys. Love you guys. Stay close.
Good night. Love you too.
All right. Thanks.
Love you, man. Love you, Pete.
They love you, Pete.
Bye-bye.
Bye, sweetheart. Okay, so there you have it. I talk to Pete like that at least 10 times a day. You know, he seems to have just this need to stay connected and and to talk. And I think that's why he's a talk show host, right? So,
Right.
you know, but he is really, believe it or not, he is always that upbeat. Um, in one of the first hearings, his attorney said to the judge when they were arguing for his pretrial release in Oregon, he said, you know, you don't have to worry about this guy not showing up for his court hearings. He can't wait to to battle this in court enthusiastically, I might add. It was great, and it actually caused the judge to smile a little bit, you know. So he is always that upbeat. Um, Usually after a day, like we had in court last week when they turned him down for release, you know, he has a bad day after that, you know. But he rebounds really quickly. And you know, the government would like nothing more than to take the life out of Pete Santilli. That's what their goal is, and that's why they're doing this. He's you know, Pete has a lot of energy, and they just can't have that. They can't have it, and they're actively trying to destroy his soul and to rob him of that spark that he has. You know, that energy that he has. They really want to see him. They really want to see him um, just
Break.
sitting in a corner, drooling on himself and babbling nonsense. That's what they want to see.
Yeah.
They're trying to break
Fighting.
him.
I'm
They're
pretty
trying to break him
I got-
mentally, physically, and spiritually.
I just got 3 letters returned to me today too that never made it to them. So I'm gonna have to go through them again and make sure that I followed all the guidelines. But it was just a handwritten letter. So
Did you put a stamp on that you put on it?
yes.
Okay, because Deb told us that from now on we need to go to the post office and get pre-stamped envelopes from them.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, because I know.
That's probably what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was,
I think that's something that I don't think we put that out to everybody before, and I think that might be the problem. So, yeah, if you guys are gonna write, and I'm telling everybody, I'm putting a challenge out there for all of you to tomorrow pick up that pen and that paper and write these guys. I'm gonna make sure that I get the names of all the men that are incarcerated right now. I'm gonna get you their information. I'm gonna put it um, in the box below the video when this is done. So
you can copy it, Laurie. I have it on my my Soror Strikes Back page, Facebook page. Yep.
okay, cool, excellent, excellent. Wow.
Yeah, I can tell you guys that I have visited with every single one of these guys, and often when I'm in Oregon or when I'm in Nevada, that's what we do. We visit everyone that we possibly can visit. And of course, with those guys all being in the same cell block that Pete was in Nevada, they pass around the phone, so I get an opportunity to talk to them there too, which is really always really cool. But yeah, you know what? These guys love getting letters. I can't even express to you how much they love it. And you know, they look forward to it. It gives them a connection to the world, but it gives them a personal connection to you. And these guys do write back. And again, I want to suggest that if you want to get a letter back from them and to be sure that you're going to get one back, put in a put in an addressed um, stamped envelope from the post office. You know what I mean? Get an envelope that's already stamped by by the post office and put your return address on it so all they have to do is slip their letter and send it back to you, right? It makes it so much easier for these guys when you do that, and they love to write back because all they have is time, you know. And if they can spin that corresponding with good people like you, um, then it makes their day. It seriously does. I can't even express to you guys how much it means to them to get your letters.
Deb, there is another question from the room, and I don't know if you can answer it or not, but they want to know how David Fry is doing.
Um, Dave, hang on a second. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
I get choked up here a little bit. I'm thirsty. Um, David Fry is doing okay. His, you know, they're working on his pretrial release. I hope he gets one because all the other guys got one. The final four, I believe they're all out except for David Fry. So I know that they're working on his pretrial release. Excuse me. And David is, David had some real fear about, oh, there he is again, about going to jail. Hang on a second. I'm sorry, you guys.
No, that's okay. Don't worry about it.
If you need to take time to talk to Pete, go for it. Okay?
Go talk to Pete. We'll still be on the air.
Okay, you guys, if you want to give me just a minute.
No problem.
Right
I
back,
will
okay?
mute. Not a problem. Okay. Yeah, I'm just going to mute her mic real quick. Or I guess you can. Mike, thank you for joining us. I sent the link to you earlier.
Yeah, I just got home. I ended up being at the studio a little longer than I expected to.
Yeah, this was very unexpected. This was I had planned on talking about Deb's phone conversation last night. She got through to the Alex Jones show, and she actually did talk to David Knight, and he cut her off abruptly. And as soon as we started talking about it, she came in the chat room, and I invited her on. So
yeah, I believe it was Jeremy that sent me the link there.
Did you see that?
He got through too, or they both got through.
I know.
But I don't understand why the cutoff, you know.
Yeah, he cut her off very abruptly.
Hey, Laurie.
Yes, dear.
Thanks for having me on tonight. I got to get up early tomorrow. I got a long drive to Sioux Falls tomorrow. Tell Deb.
I got your back for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I'm going to do you proud, my friend.
Thank you. I love you guys. Tell Deb I love her, and her and Pete are in my prayers.
Love you, Pete. Love you, Pat.
Night, Pat.
Love you, Pat. Thank you.
Night, Pat.
While we have a couple minutes, as soon as this show is over, because I don't want to take away the message of this particular broadcast, I'm going to be creating another broadcast with breaking news. We have another plane that has gone down. Egyptian Air Flight 804 is missing off the radar, and I'm going to be covering that live here in just a little while, as soon as we go off the air here.